Alright, let's get the green light that we are live. Welcome everyone. I am BelthicGaming, and we'll be doing this to the North Star here. So, this to the North Star, I don't know if it's been in a marathon or not, but if it hasn't, here it is. The commentary, like it's my voice, I apologize. I'm suffering allergies right now, even though it's supposed to snow today. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this rolling here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so right away here, we're going to be presented with Heart. What we need to do is that we need to shoot projectiles at Heart. What Heart is going to do, Heart's going to do a shoulder charge. And we want to try to avoid that shoulder charge as much as we can. And we want to try and get double hits in as much as we can on Heart. In the top of the screen, you see 2 bars, one that's typically empty and one that fills up. The one that fills up is how I'm shooting my projectiles. I have to wait till the bar is completely full to let go of punch. However, sometimes in this game, the bar doesn't really matter at all, and your fireballs just won't release, and you just get hit in the face a bunch of times. Going through here now, we're gonna fight Shin and Yagi and all them, and I call this the Shaq kick. So if you ever watched Shaq Fu Game Boy, I'm sure all of you have. Basically, you trap him in a corner and just crouch kick him to death. So that's why I call this the Shaq kick. This is pure mashing. There's not really much rhythm at all because the AI actually has the ability to jump like the frame that they touch the ground, and I'm a human. I'm prone to a lot of errors, so I have to mash as much as I can to try and keep my kick out there as long as possible. It is possible that if you mash hard enough that your leg will never come back in, you can just keep your leg out, but it's pretty tough to do. This guy here just needs to settle down and stay in the corner. There we go. And as far as the controls go, the speedrun itself, it's nothing too crazy. You hold down punch to shoot projectiles, you press the B button to kick. You don't do any fancy like spin kicks or tornado DDTs or anything like that at all. The jump kicking is exceptionally awful in this game. It's very floaty. You're kind of like on the moon, more or less. If you've ever put the Game Genie code in for Super Mario Bros. 1 on the NES, where you have like the moon jump, it's very similar to that. In between these screens, we're getting XP, just because. The XP really doesn't do anything at all. The XP is just there to be fun, and after every so many fights, you get you get a level up, which doesn't really do anything for you at all. It's still the same amount of damage through and through. You're gonna see me kill this guy off screen. And yeah, so the biggest reason we picked this person is because of their projectiles. The projectiles shoot 3. Other enemies have different projectile shots that go out. Some of them only shoot 1, some of them only shoot 2. This one happens to shoot 3, and the reason we want 3 is because we can get double hits off of them. So if they walk and hit the first fireball, there's a chance that the second fireball will come in and actually hit them as well too, to do double damage. Alright. So we're about halfway done with the run already, so it's a pretty short run at least. Alright, so here, this person here, we're just going to try and just shoot down. As you see, I just get hit by all 3 there because I'm pretty good at this game. With this is, whenever you're charging your projectile damage bar thing, if you get hit, your bar resets, and you need to redo it again. As you just see there, it doesn't matter if the bar is full or not. Sometimes your fireballs just don't go out. Eating inputs in Game Boy games never happen, so just a feature of the game at that point. The music sometimes changes, like this song changed. Overall, the music in this game is pretty lackluster. It's very gentle on the ears, if you guys can't tell already. Graphically, not bad in my standards for Game Boy fighting games. It's no Battle Arena or Ring of Fighters or anything like that, but it's better than Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, I'd say. At least on Game Boy. So as you can see, like, we do the 3 here because they're probably gonna duck the first one no matter what, but we still get a hit in, so it's good. Let you enjoy some of that music there. Alright, he fell off screen. So here we have Falco coming up next, and the strat with Falco is you're supposed to chase and jump kick him down. I'll show you what jump kicking looks like in this game. If the enemy is inside of your hitbox, you can't hit them at all, as you just saw right there. So you have to. It's awful. Just don't do it ever. See, this person only shoots 2 projectiles. He's nearly not as cool as my guy. So what I typically do with this fight is I just projectile shoot him down, because the jump kicking in this game is just awful, and I'm not Bengara. I'm not a literal god at this game, so I use the backup strats of just shooting projectiles. Blind playthrough. If you ever want to play this game blind, let me tell you what, this game is a joy to play blind. Basically, you grab this person right here, hold down the A button, and sit yourself on the side of the screen, and just shoot fireballs at all 10 enemies, and you're guaranteed to win the game. It's a pretty tough Game Boy game blind as well, too. One of the hardest. Alright. Oh, we're on PB pace even too, look at that. That's fun. We got 48 XP points and we leveled up. So, Kaio is level up, by the way. This is the Japanese version. Oh, there's no difference between the American and Japanese version, at least we know of. Everything is still in English in the Japanese version, so it's not a language thing, so. So here, this person has the same strategy of jump kicking. Again, like I said, awful at it. Just not good, so I just don't try it. But the projectiles do a decent amount of damage, as is. The reason there's different strats, the reason you just don't use fireballs for every single boss fight, or fight, I guess, is that enemies actually have weaknesses in this game. Some are more weak to projectiles, some are more weak to punches, some are more weak to kicks. However, punches are just dumb in this game, we just don't use them in general. Kicks you can usually get out faster, projectiles you can usually get out pretty quick as well too. So that's why we change up some of the attacks. That's why kick is generally the most damaging attack in the game. But for some enemies, like, a kick is just useless to do. Simply because we either can't get close to them, or their actual physical attack is too strong, and they just hit us no matter what if we kick them and pull us out of an actual kick stance. Alright. So we get 49 XP there. Now we're on the second to final fight. This stage is actually pretty cool. Those rocks in the background you can actually stand on. But this fight is actually really annoying at the same time. There we go. We want this person to be on the left side. And ultimately we want to be on a rock to kick them. But the AI is really good in the fact that they can just hit you whenever they really feel like it. So if I get too close, he'll just roundhouse kick me out of the corner, like you're seeing now. And this is a tedious fight. One of the more tedious ones in my opinion. And depending on my health situation, we may go to projectiles. Alright. He brought this upon himself. There's always backup strat. So here we'll just launch projectiles at him and finish him off. Sometimes, even though it looks like it's going to be a 2-hit projectile hit, sometimes it's not. The fireball will just go right through the enemy. Really, really well-programmed game. Almost as good as Shaq Fu, to be fair. So Kenshiro, this is the final fight. If I remember my Fist of the North Star lore correctly, it's been years since I've watched the anime. Kenshiro is the hero, the good guy of the show. There we go, now we got him. This will be a quick fight now. So we're gonna take him out real quick here. And then time is gonna be on the congratulations screen here. So we might have a sub 10 fight here. This be a PB for us. So yeah, we'll get some XP, 34 XP, and that's time. So 940, that's a huge PB for me actually. It's a giant PB. It's like a 30-some second PB. Well, awesome. This is the North Star. This is the only good song of the entire game. You get to see the stats, you get to see all the fighters, and all the people that made this glorious gem of a Game Boy game. So yeah, thank you all for having me. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the marathon. I'll be back on again tomorrow with Titus the Fox, another golden gem for the Game Boy. So, yeah, take her away.